Another race weekend in the Sunday Racing League. Sorry for the late joining. I had some issue with this amazing game. Luckily, we didn't miss anything. Gonna jump on board with Papa Yisu. First one to attempt a hot lap at Spa-Francorchamps. Let's go through the standings real quick. So, with his latest win, too late, jumps a couple of people in the standings and close up to the front. So right now we've got Michael Tibleeding at 61 points in front, well, tied up with Joe at 61 as well. Lindsay right behind him at 50 points. Too late, like I said, at 49 points. FaZe in 5th at 46. Stan at 43. Rejat at 33. Hammers at 30. El Trucker at 24. Delgizu 20. Acid Masters 19. Papa Yusu and Nathaniel both at 17. SF Rock 15 points. Bingram at 12. Tom H at 9. Michael 7. No Jog 7. Arjan at 7 as well. Farico at 4 and Junus at 2, and the rest are at 0. And for the constructors standing, Red Bull still leading at 111 points in front of Ferrari at 85 points. Haas coming up in 3rd at 66 points. AlphaTauri 53 points. Mercedes at 43 points. McLaren 32 points. Aston at 19. Williams 7. Alpine and Alpha are both at 0. So coming to the end of this lap for Papa Yisu, it's going to be 44.5, so banker lap for him. And FaZe goes with a 43.9. Is Papa Yisu's teammate Junus and 44.7. Next up should have a Ferrari of Joe Royal coming up next. So today is a sprint weekend, so Joe's not happy with his lap. Invalidation for Stan. Where's Bingram's right here. And Ben's gonna take provisional pole at 43.8. Red Bull coming up next. Lindsay first. Then will be one of the McLaren and next. So Lindsay 43.8. McLaren is coming in the pits. Michael 43.9 as well. 9.8. AlphaTauri exiting bus stop chicane. It's a 44 flat. And what about the other McLarens going in the pits? So, pretty much everyone has done a lap. Oh, Farico. Farico's on one. He's getting towed by the Red Bull, so... So, Farico did pretty well on quali in Tier 2. He got pole position. But if I remember correctly, I think he crashed during the sprint race. But he invalidates his lap, so that's it for him. So Enza is now out. He's gonna go as wide as possible to get maximum speed. Exiting La Source. A bit of wheel spin. Now through famous corners, Eau Rouge and Radion. Now on the Camel straight. Purple sector 1. A lot of speed through Lake Combe. And now we're gonna get to a tricky part, which is double gauche and Pouon. On downshift to 7th gear. McLaren moving out of the way, nicely done. Oh, actually, Anza is doing quite well for his first lap. Hey, what's up, Nathaniel? So 1:15 at the split. I'm pretty sure we should see a low 43, maybe 42 during the whole quali. Exiting bus stop, and I think it's going to be a good time. Oh no, we're 44 flat. So Nathaniel predicting a 1-2 McLaren today, so himself and SF Rock has a lot of pressure while SF Rock slides through the exit of La Source. Starting his hot lap. Gonna stay on board with him. Best of luck to you, Nathaniel. Lots of speed on this straight, and purple sector 1 for SF Rock. And I think I missed it, but Lanzi takes provisional pole at 43.8. Oh no, it had this time. Brain freeze. Now Joe sets a 43.2. Like I said, a low 43. I think we can expect maybe a high 42. And another purple sector for SF Rock, who's flying right now at Spa-Francorchamps. He has a lot of speeds coming at the bus stop chicane. A bit wide, but gets a good exit. And it's gonna be a 43.9, so lost it in sector 3, I think. Next up will be, I think, Acid Masters. And Federico will go next. So Acid with a 44.2. Bingram is on the out lap. Anybody on a hot? I think FaZe is. And validation for FaZe. Maybe Federico. Federico just started. So Joe. Joe's not pushing. And validation for Papa Jesus. So we're gonna stay on board with Junas. Maybe his teammate can give him a tow. Don't know if they're talking to each other. Apparently not. Purple, sector 2 for Junas, who's gating a lot and 4/10 up on his previous time. Pretty sure he can gain even more, while Bingram has lost it at the exit of Lecombe. And FaZe too. FaZe at Radion. Junas improves with a 44.2. Lanzi is now on a hot lap. What happened to you, man? Touched the curbs and lost it? So now, it's Red Bull's turn to get towed. And moves out of the way, but really good help for Lenzi now. And Lenzi with a 43.4. Oh, yeah. Let's follow up the other Red Bull. Michael has pressure right now. Currently leading the championship. Right on the line. Thought was an invalidation in purple, sector 2 for Michael Tibb. Yeah, but you won't be able to test that though. What is it going to be for Michael? And it's a 43.9, so no improvement. No improvements for Michael. Now on board with Anza. Oh, a bit of a snap. Right on the line and lost it now. Oh, and it's quality over for Anza, who's hit the barrier. Now, gonna have a lot of work to do during the sprint race to maybe get up and get some good points and maybe improve his place on the grid for the actual race. So Stan going as wide as possible at the exit of bus stop to get maximum speed on the short start finish line. And the really important corner exit at La Source gives you all the momentum you need going through Eau Rouge and Radillon, then the Camel Straight. Oh, a bit wide. Missed the apex there. And invalidation for Stan. Invalidation as well for Papa Yesu. What about Joe is on the out lap. Farico is on the out lap. Nathaniel is launching one. Let's go on board with him. Gonna get a nice tow from his teammate, so good teamwork right there. Let's see how fast he can be on the straight. 340. 342 kilometers per hour, so that's really quick. And nice teamwork for both McLarens. So 15.5 at the split. I don't think this will be a insane lap for Nathaniel, but it's his first one with 30 seconds remaining. It's gonna be the only one, I think, unless he has enough fuel to go for another round. But Nathaniel will get a 44 flat, so right behind his teammate. Will now try to set a better lap time. And now Jonas lost it almost at the same spot that Enza. Let's go on board with Stan. In the dying seconds of qualification here at Spa. Purple Sector 2 for Stan. That's quali over, so pressure's on. And Papayesu now lost it. And quali's over for him as well. And Stan sets at 44.1, so not the best of lap. And I think Lanzi invalidates. Don't know what's happening. So invalidation for Lanzi. What about Farico? I thought we would get better lap time than this, but I think it's pretty decent. And Farico sits at 43.8, so his practice served them well. Dalgizu up on his previous time. Can he improve? Let's find out. Gonna be the last one to cross the line. Is gonna be 43.5, so improvement, but just not enough to get in front of SF Rock. So Joe will take P1 for the sprint race. So really good lap from him. Almost 2/10 up on Lenzi. Well, actually, 2/10 up on Lenzi. So that's qualification done here at Spa. So Joe Royal picks up pole position. Lanzi's gonna start next to him on the front row. On the second row is gonna be SF Rock, followed by the Gizu third row, Bingram and Farico, who did pretty well. Fourth row is gonna be Face Pantera and Michael Tibb, trying to get as much point as possible to remain at the top. Nathaniel in P9, Enza in P10, Stan P11. I think it's going to be a disappointing qualification for him. Jonas P12, Aston Masters P13, and Papayesu will start last. Only 14 drivers today, so everybody's in the points except for the sprint race. Only the first 8 guess points. So what the weather is gonna look like for the sprint race. 8 laps around Spa-Francorchamps. It's gonna be a clear weather. So we should have a formation lap. Are we gonna see anyone starting on softs? Because I mean, we can't expect to see a safety car, unfortunately. I wish we don't, because it's gonna mess up with the pace of the race, but we'll see. But yeah, if you go on soft for 8 laps, so no formation laps, so really surprised about that. 5 red lights. And lights are off, and away we go for the sprint race at Spa-Francorchamps. Let's set everything. I think it's a good start from Joe. SF Rock now side by side with Lindsay. And now side by side. Lindsay with a bit more speed. SF Rock will yield the position and tuck back right behind it. Lindsay get as much toe as possible. And will he go for a move? Lindsay on the inside. SF Rock staying behind. And now FaZe has spawned. And Acid trying the softs. Just like he did for the sprint race in Tier 2. He might struggle at the end though, if there's no safety car. Now Nathaniel putting the pressure on Enza. Joe pulling away 1.4 seconds in front of Lindsay. So Joe has the pace. And now Bingram with a lot of speed coming in at the bus stop chicane. Going wide to get a better exit. Maybe get his place back because he lost it to Farico at the race start. Papayisu with the better start and jumped 4 people. The biggest loser right now is FaZe Pantera. Now we got a Delgizu putting the pressure on SF Rock. A nice DRS train. Well, no DRS, but nice train right now. Oh, and Farico misses his apex and it's gonna open the door to Bingram, who has a look but has to go behind Farico and now pushing him through double gauche and to Pouon. Makes it dummy. Oh, and Farico made a mistake. And just a small one, I think it might open up the door to Bingram, who has a lot of speed. Right in Farico's gearbox. Trying the outside. Getting his nose in, elbows out, and he's gonna move in front of Farico, but Farico gets a better exit. And now DRS enable. Will Bingram go for his switchback move? No, he won't. Staying behind. And he might be faster than Farico, even though Farico will be able to defend with the DRS. Pushing with ERS right now. And he has a lot of speed. Bingram on the curb. Closing the door, and Farico has no other choice than to let past Bingram. So a nice overtake. SF Rock has a dummy on Lindsay. Really good racing right now. And Nathaniel still behind Enza. And we got a huge DRS train from P2 to P13. Only Joe and FaZe are apart. At least it's a clean sprint race at the moment. Let's have a look at tire. Aston Master is the only one on soft, so I think he might struggle at the end. And I think tire wear is already kicking. And now Federico had a look, but Ben Graham remains in front. And Michael Tibb went in front of Anza. And now Ben Graham carries a lot of speed and closes the gap on Delgizu. Has a look, and in front as well, there's a fight going on between Lanzi and SF Rock. And now SF Rock will take P2. Joe is in a world of his own right now. 3 seconds away from the second position. And now Michael has a look at Federico, because Federico made a small mistake, and Michael will move it to P6. Federico wide as well. So good sprint race so far for Michael Tibb. And now, like I said, I think the soft are struggling right now. And late braking for Stan. And he's gonna get the exit. And I think he will get the better exit. He's gonna get the inside at La Source. And now Stan moves in front of Aston Masters. And now Lenzi coming back at SF Rock. SF Rock on the outside. And Junes now in front of Stan. So Stan made a mistake. Because he fell to P13 and made the move on Junes. And now Papayisu putting the pressure on Nathaniel. And so is Ben Graham on Delgizu. Oh, and Federico lost it! Oh, so unfortunate for him. He had a good sprint race here in Tier 1. Now FaZe getting penalties. And SF Rock gets P2 once again. And Ben Graham really quick, putting the pressure on Delgizu as we get a yellow. That's Stan. Stan spun at Les Combes. Oh, and now Del Gizu moving on Lanzi. Ooh, and I think I saw someone spin. That's Enza. So don't know if contact was made, but not going well for Mercedes during the sprint race. And now Bingram putting the pressure on Lanzi. A bit of a left tap at the exit of bus stop. And Faye struggling to get through Double Gauche. So Bingram with 20-ish% ERS left. Penultimate lap of this race. Now Papayesu trying the inside of Nathaniel, using a bit of curbs, and Nathaniel has no other choice but to concede the position. A nice move. Ooh, and Bingram hits the wall. Or was it lag? I think it was lag, okay. It got me scared for a second. And Pace is in the pits. Might go for the fastest lap. And now Enza still struggling. The last lap of this sprint race. You see the biggest winners and the biggest losers. And Papayesu is the biggest winner and FaZe is the biggest loser. Michael jumped to 3 positions while his teammate Lenzi dropped 2 places. And I think Stan is gonna oh no, he's on the start finish line. So. Oh, and late move by Lenzi on Del Gizu. Trying the outside. Remains on track. And it's gonna be an overtake done. Or maybe not. And now Bingram. Almost 2 car wide into Double Gauche. Nice move by Lanzi. A bit wide for Michael. And everybody's pushing as hard as possible. And late launch for Bingram, who tries to send it on the inside. But he's gonna lose a place to Papayesu, and Papayesu crash just before the start finish line. Oh, so unfortunate. Don't know if he made small contact with Bingram, but he lost it at the exit of bus stop. So, Joe Royal picks an easy sprint race win. 3.5 seconds in front of SF Rock. And SF Rock comes in second. Lanzi in third. We got Del Gizu coming in fourth. Michael doing really good. Ends up in P5. Bingram in P6. Nathaniel comes up in P7. Jonas P4. Hassan Master P4. My bad. P8. Hassan Master P9. I was looking at the Place improvement. Enza ends up in P10, Stan in P11, so not the best sprint race for Mercedes. So yeah, Stan in P11. Farico comes in P12. FaZe is gonna come in P13 because Papayisu hit the wall just before the start finish line. Quite unfortunate. So Papayisu is gonna start from the back just like he did at the sprint race. So that's the sprint result for today's race at Spa. Next up will be the actual race. So this will be our starting grid. Well, no formation lap. So right now, Joe takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship after the sprint race with 8 points in front of Michael. Well, 4 points in front of Michael. Let's see what's gonna happen during the race. Clear weather. Just waiting on everyone to get their strategy. So it should be a one stop unless we get safety cars. So should see a mediums to hards or hards to mediums. So first red lights. And lights are off and away we go for the race here at Spa. A good start for Joe once again. McLaren going wide, trying to defend against Delgizu. Delgizu hitting the curb and sliding. Oh, and big crash. That's, holy cow, that's a big crash. Enza, Farico, Delgizu, and Sten are all out. I think it was due to Delgizu hitting the sausage curb at the exit of La Source and creating this chaos. And Michael falls to P6. Good start for both McLarens. And what a chaotic start. So already a safety car and not even one lap done. 1/3 of a lap done. And a good start from Nathaniel and Acid Masters. I don't think... Well, I just hope nobody has damage. Come on, give me a good camera angle. So no damage for Michael. I know he was in the middle of the chaos, so got quite lucky, I think. No apparent damage. Let's see if anyone goes in the pits. I don't think. Oh! I think I saw, yeah, Aston Master goes in. And FaZe as well. The two cars in the pit. So wing change for FaZe. Because it was a really long pit stop. Are we gonna get the race restart on this lap, or is it gonna be another lap of safety car? It was quite a big crash. Just waiting on FaZe to join the pack, hoping he does before the end of Sector 2. It's gonna be close. I think we'll go for another one. Quite unfortunate. So everybody except FaZe are on mediums. Bingram has left the session. Don't know if he has trouble with his connection. Hope he gets back before the race restarts. So safety car in this lap. And Joe is going. Already trying to get Lancy sleeping, but he wasn't. I think the only one sleeping was Michael, actually. So early race restart from Joe. And now he has to grow the gap once again. And now Papayisu having the job done on Junis, both Haas. Fighting together, or Joe almost 2 seconds up on everyone. Well, on Lancy. And Aston Master getting a good exit out of turn 1. Let's go in front because Nathaniel might make the move on Lancy. And yes, he does. Really good, clean move. Oh, and late launch from Michael. Didn't see that coming. I thought Bingram might go for the move, but it was Michael instead who went aggressive. So no DRS yet. Oh yeah, it is. Now Bingram going for the outside. And it will be done. And so did Aston Masters on Junis. Oh, and Michael going a bit wide And Papa Yisu might go for a move. Getting his nose in. But Michael closes the door. So 3.2 is the gap between Joe and Nathaniel. I think that the pit window was around lap 10 or 11. So don't know if people will try the undercut or the overcut. Bingram has a lot of pace right now. He's putting the pressure on SF Rock as we speak. And we get the yellow in sector 1. That's phase. Now Bingram is gonna put the pressure on SF Rock. And DRS open for both drivers. You will try the outside. And job done. And a nice move for Bingram, who takes P4. He has burned a lot of ERS though compared to Lenzi, who's at 90%. And Papa Yisu is still putting the pressure on Michael, but now Michael is doing the same on SF Rock. Papa Yisu with a good exit. Oh, and that's a spin for Bingram. Bingram spun at the bus stop. And now Michael moves in front of SF Rock. It's gonna be 3 wide at turn 1. But everybody leaves space, so that's good racing. And now it's gonna be a fight between Papa Yisu and Acid Masters. And a really awesome fight. And can SF Rock do a move on Michael? Yes, he will. And now Papa Yisu trying to do the same on Michael. Bingram going wide in the back. He's gonna get passed by Jonas, I think. Or maybe not. But a lot of action happening right now. Was quite calm for a few laps. But Bingram's spin triggered everything, I think. And now there's a 2.5 second gap between SF Rock and Lanzi. Oh, and Acid Master... Oh, Papa Yisu goes in the pit, so... First one to go in the pits. Let's see what he's gonna go for. Trying the undercut. Going for a early pit stop and switch to hards. And Lanzi might have a go at Nathaniel, who's quite low on ERS. Red light flashing, but Lanzi has 70%. But Nathaniel hitting the back of Lanzi's car, and it's the barrier and loses all of his wing. So unfortunate for him. He was really close, but maybe a bit too much. And now Michael would jump in. And Bingram with another half spin. Oh, and a bit of a spin from Jonas on the pit exit. So halfway through this race, Joe Royal is cruising in front of everyone. 5.7 seconds is the gap between him and Lanzi. Lanzi in P2, SF Rock in P3, Acid in P4, Bingram in P5. Michael, who pitted, is now in P6. Papa Yisu in P7. Jonas in P8. Nathaniel in P9. And FaZe in P10. So not a lot of stuff happening right now. Because we're in the pit window right now. So... Now Bingram, with almost no ERS left, will go for a move on Acid Master. Face Pantera now with the fastest lap of this race, a 46.7. And now SFRA closing the gap on Lanzi. As there's a yellow in Sector 2, that's Bingram. And we're gonna get full core safety car. And the ones who delayed their pit stop will have gained a lot of time on everyone else. Because the pit lane is quite short here in Belgium. I don't think Michael will go in front of Acid. Let's see. Oh, Michael comes back. Is he going for another pair of mediums? I think he is. I saw yellow on the wheels, and yes. SF Rock going quite aggressive on soft. Oh, was it the bug hitting again? Because sometimes you ask for hard and they switch your strategy just before you enter the pit lane. Oh, if it is, then SF Wick will have to go back in the pit because there's a lot of lap remaining. Or was it part of his strategy? Because there's 9 laps remaining on their safety car for maybe 2 laps. Well, that might be a good call. Bingram had a good race, but lost it, and that's race over for him. Only 9 drivers left in this race. And FaZe is gonna go in. I guess he has nothing to lose and might go for softs. So the end of this race should be quite interesting. Joe and Lenzi are on hards. SF Rock is on soft. Aston Masters on mediums. Papa Yisu and Junus are already on hards. Michael and Nathaniel, fresh mediums. And FaZe will be on fresh softs. So we should see a safety car in this lap. Hoping to get a good end of race. Oh! And Papa Yisu lost it on the safety car and lost his entire front wing. Are we gonna see a race restart though? And yes! Safety car is in. Papa Yisu will lose a lot of place and a lot of time because he's already in last place and he's gonna have to wait for it to go green so he has a chance to go in the pit and change his wing. Will Joe go for an early restart? And yes, he is. And Acid Masters was caught. And we're green once again. Here at Spa. Let's see what SF Rock can do on those softs. And Nathaniel and Michael having a go. Batteries are fully charged. I think Michael needs to go in front of Junus right now, because he's gonna lose so much time. Will he go for a move? No, he won't. And FaZe went in front of Nathaniel. Oh, and SF Rock now in front of Lenzi. And 1.2 seconds is the gap between Joe and SF Rock, but it's slowly coming down. FaZe Pantera quite aggressive on Michael, and Michael going for an audacious move on the outside, and nicely done. FaZe trying to get in front of Junus, and he does as well. No time to lose. And Papa Yisu, Junus spun. So not the best end of race for Haas. And now SF Rock with the fastest lap, 46.1. Pushing quite a lot. And Michael now needs to close the gap on Acid Masters. But Acid is on mediums as well. And now SF Rock will go for a move and takes the lead here at Spa. But how long will the soft last? I think that the mediums will be the right choice on the long run. Well, for the end of this race. As now Aston Masters putting the pressure on Michael's teammate. And DRS is enabled, and SF Rock didn't manage to pull away from Joe. And Joe will be in that magic second gap. Let's see if Joe goes for a move. I don't think he will. What about Aston Masters? Using ERS, Papayisu now with the fastest at 45 flat. Side by side. And leaving each other space. Will there be team orders between Lindsay and Michael? Now that they are right behind each other, because Michael is on a faster compound. 5 laps to go. And Lindsay using a bit of ERS. Now Junus picks up a 3-second time penalty. And Joe is almost out of the DRS range. Oh, and FaZe goes for a move on the inside of Michael. I think Michael will get a better exit. And he will lose the DRS to his teammate. So he's under attack from his sister team. And Nathaniel trying to join the party as well. And Michael keeping his foot in. On the outside now of FaZe. And FaZe will go in front. .6 is the gap now between FaZe and Lindsay, so they lost a bit of time there. I think the mediums will get better and better. And the soft can only go worse. Oh, and it's a 3-second time penalty now for FaZe. And now Michael will go for a move on FaZe. Oh, and FaZe out spin. And Nathaniel hits his back and damages his front wing. Really unfortunate for him. And Joe putting the pressure on SF Rock. And now FaZe will get an easy move. Nice drifting. But Nathaniel will have to go in the pits for a wing change. So the mediums, well, the soft, are struggling right now. Michael trying to close a gap on his teammate. Trying to get into the DRS range. Will it be enough? It might be. And no, it won't. Oh, and now Joe takes the lead in front of SF Rock. And Nathaniel keeps going with a broken front wing. And Acid slowly catching up to SF Rock. 3 laps ago. SF Rock pushing as much as possible to stay in that 1 second gap. Now Michael caught up to his teammate. Can FaZe go for a move on Nathaniel? I think he will. Oh, and SF Rock is now out of the DRS range. Acid Master, like I said, slowly closing the gap. Michael has a look on his teammate. And FaZe not going for a move. Penultimate lap of this race. Acid is pushing. Giving everything he's got. Red light flashing. I think he's too far away. Lanzi defending on his teammate, banging wheels, but Michael ends up in front. Acid Masters is really close. SF Rock has a bit of a moment, and Acid Master takes P2 in front of SF Rock, who made a mistake. Does he have a puncture? And yes, he has a puncture! Front left. Oh! Stretching those softs was a mistake, and SF Rock loses what could have been a P1 and was a P2. Acid Masters, after winning in Tier 2, will get P2 in Tier 1. Quite impressive. Let's go on board with sprint race winner and the race winner here at Spa. Such an amazing drive from Joe Royal. And now Acid comes in P2. What a stunning drive from the Alpine driver. And Michael Tibb finishes the podium in P3, just in front of his teammate in P4. So a solid drive for Red Bull today. Nathaniel comes in P5. FaZe in P6. Papayisu will come in P7. SF Rock with the puncture will end up in P8. And Junus in P9. Wow. What an end. And what a race. And Acid Master obviously gets driver of the day. And a well-deserved one. So, final standing. We got Joe Royal, who will end up in the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Acid Masters comes in P2. Michael rounds out the podium in P3. Lands in P4. Nathaniel P5. FaZe Pantera P6. Papayisu P7. SF Rock with a puncture comes in P8. Junus ends up in P9. Bingram in P10 with the DNF. Enza DNFs in P11. Farico P12. DNFs as well. Delgizu DNFs. And Stan DNFs as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this race. We'll see you next weekend in Netherlands. So have a great week, everyone, and see you next weekend. Bye, everyone.